Welcome back to the channel, Coin Star and Treasure Hunters. Today's episode is going to absolutely blow your mind. We are diving deep into one of the most shocking stories in the world of modern American coinage. This isn't just about a small coin, this is about a 2018 P1 dime Liberty coin that could be worth an astonishing $565, $765, that's right, over $500,000 for just 10 cents. It may seem unbelievable, but after you hear the full story, the rarity, and the market frenzy around this dime, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. Make sure to watch until the end, because I'll be revealing what exactly makes this coin so valuable, the errors to look for, and how you might have one sitting in your coin jar or wallet right now. Let's get started. The 2018 P dime, also known as the Roosevelt dime, is part of the standard coinage of the United States. It was minted in Philadelphia, which is indicated by the P mint mark on the coin. Like all modern Roosevelt dimes, it features Franklin D. Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side of the coin carries the iconic design that's been used since 1946, a torch in the center, flanked by an olive branch on the left symbolizing peace, and an oak branch on the right representing strength and independence. Millions of these dimes were produced. In fact, over 1.3 billion 2018 P dimes were minted in Philadelphia alone. So, what makes one of them worth over $500,000? Now here's where it gets really exciting. To understand the value of this rare 2018 dime, we need to look into its minting history and possible errors. Most dimes from 2018 are worth just their face value, 10 cents. But among the billions produced, a tiny handful have emerged with extreme rarity due to minting anomalies, die errors, and ultra-high grades that make collectors go wild. In 2018, the U.S. Mint operated at full capacity, striking billions of coins across different denominations. But as with any large-scale production, mistakes sometimes happen. These rare mistakes, or mint errors, can create coins that are one-of-a-kind or nearly impossible to find in circulation. And guess what? Some of these rare 2018 P dimes have become the holy grail of modern U.S. coin collecting. Among them, one particular dime was authenticated, certified, and graded as a near-perfect coin with an ultra-rare error, and it sold in a private auction for a jaw-dropping $565, $765. So why would anyone pay over $500,000 for a dime? The answer lies in three powerful factors: condition, rarity, and error type. Point 1. Condition: graded MS-70 or proof-like perfection. The most valuable dimes are those that receive perfect or near-perfect grades from top coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. A dime graded MS-70 means it has no post-production imperfections visible even under 5x magnification. It's flawless, the kind of coin that comes off the press in pristine condition and is immediately preserved. The 2018 P dime that sold for $565,765 was not only flawlessly preserved, but also had a stunning proof-like appearance, meaning it had a mirror-like finish even though it was not struck as a proof coin. That's incredibly rare. Point 2. Rarity: ultra-low population. Out of the over 1.3 billion 2018 P dimes, only a handful are known to exist with this grade and appearance. That extreme rarity makes collectors go crazy, because in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. Point 3. Error type: die errors or misstrikes. The coin in question also had a major mint error, possibly a misaligned die strike or a double die reverse, making it completely unique. These types of errors are highly prized, especially when found on modern coins where quality control is normally very strict. Some 2018 P dimes have been found with off-center strikes, broad strikes, or double dies. If you find one with such features, and it's in high-grade condition, you could be holding a life-changing treasure in your hand. So now you're probably wondering, how do I check if my dime is worth a fortune? Here's what to look for: mint mark, P, below the year 2018 on the front. Examine both sides closely using a magnifying glass or microscope. Look for signs of errors like doubling in the lettering or date. Off-center designs, weird shapes or rims, misaligned images. Look at the coin's surface quality. Does it have that mirror-like shine or perfect, untouched luster, no scratches, dents, or wear? The closer to perfect, the more it's worth. consider submitting it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official certification. Don't underestimate how many treasures are still hiding in everyday change. Now let's talk numbers. The average 2018 P dime is only worth 10 cents. But error dimes can range from $50 to several $1,000s depending on the type. High-grade examples can go for hundreds or thousands, and then there's the record-breaking $565,765 dime, the absolute pinnacle of what a modern Roosevelt dime can be worth. Collectors are always on the hunt for high-grade coins with unique characteristics, especially modern rarities. As more people learn about these valuable coins, demand is increasing, and the market value continues to grow. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a complete beginner, keeping an eye on your change could be a smart investment, or even a lottery ticket waiting to be cashed in. To sum it up, the 2018 P Roosevelt dime may look like any ordinary coin, but in rare cases, it can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Between mint errors, perfect condition grades, and skyrocketing collector interest, the right coin could change your life. So don't throw your change in a jar and forget about it. Instead, inspect every dime you come across. You might just be holding a $565,765 treasure in the palm of your hand, and remember, this isn't just about making money, it's about discovering pieces of history, preserving art, and joining a passionate community of coin enthusiasts around the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible story of the 2018 P1 dime Liberty coin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Drop a comment below and let me know, have you ever found a valuable coin? Or are you going to start searching through your pocket change now? Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and always remember, your next coin could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Today's spotlight is on a coin that looks ordinary, but can be worth hundreds, even over $1,000, if you know what to look for. Yes, we're talking about the 2000 P Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia. You might be holding a small treasure without even realizing it. Stick around as we explore the coin's surprising history, why collectors are going crazy for it, what makes it valuable, and how one single dime has been sold for over $200. Let's get into it. Let's start with a little background. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946, created to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his death. These dimes are everywhere. In fact, most people probably have a few sitting around the house. But not all Roosevelt dimes are created equal. In the year 2000, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 1.7 billion dimes. But here's the catch, among those billions, some rare and valuable varieties were struck, and those are what collectors are hunting for. So what exactly makes a 2000 P Roosevelt dime worth up to $200? It comes down to errors, condition, and rarity. One of the most sought-after versions is the 2000 P missing clad layer dime. This is a mint error where the outer clad layer is missing from either the obverse or reverse side, exposing the copper core underneath. This mistake results in a coin that looks dramatically different, and incredibly rare. Then there's the off-center strike variety. These are coins that were misaligned when struck, causing part of the design to appear off-center. Depending on how far off the design is, collectors will pay a serious premium. Other errors include double die errors where parts of the design look doubled, especially around the lettering or Roosevelt's profile. Full bands on the torch on the reverse side. This is where the horizontal bands on the torch are sharply defined, showing the coin was well struck. Any of these errors, especially in mint state condition, can skyrocket the value of the coin. Collectors and dealers don't just pay for rarity, they pay for quality. That's where coin grading comes into play. A 2000 P dime with a mint error but in poor condition might only bring in $10 or $20. But if that same coin is in MS 65 or higher, that's mint state 65, its value can increase dramatically. Some of the most expensive sales of the 2000 P dime came from coins graded by PCGS or NGC, two of the most trusted grading companies in the world. When these coins are certified and encapsulated in plastic slabs with high grades and clear errors, collectors feel confident they're getting the real deal. That confidence is what drives prices up, and yes, one such dime, featuring a missing clad layer error, certified in high mint state condition, sold for an incredible $200. So what is a 2000 P dime worth today? For a normal 2000p Roosevelt dime with no errors, the value is just face value, 10 cents. Nothing special, but with errors and in top condition, a missing clad layer error in mint state can bring $250 to $1. 200 and off-center strike might range from $100 to $400. Depending on how off-centered it is, a double die error can fetch $50 to $300. A coin with full bands and certified MS67 or above could easily hit $150 to $300. Prices fluctuate with demand, but one thing's for sure, the market for rare and error dimes is hotter than ever. Now the big question, how can you find a valuable 2000p dime? Here are a few tips. Check your change seriously. Check your pocket, wallet, drawers, old jars, or vending machine change. Valuable coins are found in circulation every day. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on the lettering or Roosevelt's face. Look at the torch on the reverse side for full bands. Check for color. A coin with a missing clad layer will look coppery or bronze colored on one side. Watch for off-center designs. If Roosevelt's face isn't centered properly or looks cut off, that's a clue. Buy unsearched rolls. Coin roll hunting is a popular hobby where people search rolls of dimes from the bank. You might strike silver, or $1,000 dime. Who would have thought that a dime, worth just 10 cents, could be valued at over $1,000, but that's the magic of numismatics. It's not just about collecting, it's about discovering history, spotting rarity, and sometimes finding fortune in the most unexpected places. So before you spend that 2000p dime, take a closer look. You might be holding a piece of coin history, one that's worth more than its weight in silver. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss a chance to learn about valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin in your change or if you want to learn more about another coin series. Until next time. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, sometimes, it only takes a single dime to change your day. See you in the next video. Today's video could change the way you look at your pocket change forever. Imagine holding a tiny 10-cent coin, just a regular Roosevelt dime, and discovering it's worth not a few cents, not a few dollars, but over $1,200. That's right. One dime, struck in 2011 at the Philadelphia Mint, may be hiding in plain sight and could be one of the most valuable modern dimes in circulation today. Stick around, because in this video, we're diving deep into the story, value, and market trends behind the 2011p Roosevelt dime, and why a coin that says, "In God we trust," might also mean, "In this coin we profit." Let's start with the basics. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of American currency since 1946, honoring the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt. By 2011, this coin had already seen decades of minting, but something unusual started happening that year. The 2011 Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia, indicated by the small P mint mark on the coin, wasn't expected to be anything special. Over 750 million of these were struck and released into general circulation. But among those hundreds of millions, a handful of coins had something extraordinary, an error, a flaw, or a condition so rare that collectors are now paying four figures for a coin most people ignore. So what sets the valuable 2011p dime apart from the rest? The most sought-after versions are those in mint state condition, particularly those graded MS67 and above by professional grading services like PCGS and NGC. But the big money goes to those with full bands, crisp, clear horizontal lines on the torch on the reverse side of the dime. These lines are incredibly hard to strike cleanly, and coins that show them perfectly are very rare. Even rarer are coins with mint errors, think off-center strikes, double dies, or misaligned dies. Some of these error coins from 2011 have fetched hundreds, even over $1,000 at auction. But here's the real kicker, even without errors, some pristine, professionally graded 2011p dimes have sold for up to $1,200 simply due to their flawless condition and rarity in such a grade. Let's talk numbers. A 2011p Roosevelt dime graded MS68 full bands by PCGS sold for around $1,250 in a public auction. Why so much? Because there may only be a few dozen in the world that meet this standard. That's scarcity. That's demand. And that's value. Other coins graded MS67 or MS68 without full bands are still bringing in impressive figures, from $50 to $300. Not bad for a dime you might have found in your change jar. Online marketplaces like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections show consistent interest in high-grade 2011p dimes, especially with full band designation or unique errors. Prices vary based on grading, certification, and timing, but the market is alive and active. Now here's where you come in. You might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these rare dimes? First, flip your 2011 dime and check for that P mint mark on the obverse side, right near Roosevelt's neck. That tells you it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, look at the reverse torch, check those horizontal lines in the middle. If they are sharp, clear, and fully struck across, you may have what's known as full bands. Check the coin's surface. Is it flawless? No scratches, no dings, brilliant luster? That's a strong indicator it could be worth grading, and if the coin has something unusual, like doubling, missing elements, or off-center design, that's when you might want to get excited. These mint errors are rare and highly collectible. If you think your 2011p dime is something special, the next step is professional grading. Companies like PCGS, NGC, or Anax can evaluate and certify your coin. Once graded, your coin becomes more attractive to collectors and can fetch higher prices. After grading, you can list it on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or great collections, where serious collectors browse daily for rare finds. Remember, a common coin becomes extraordinary with the right condition, rarity, and buyer. So there you have it, a 10-cent piece from 2011, struck in Philadelphia, potentially worth up to $1,200. It's out there, and it's waiting to be found. The next time you're counting your change, don't ignore the dimes. One of them could hold more value than you ever imagined. The 2011p Roosevelt dime proves that treasure doesn't always come in gold. Sometimes, it's just 10 cents away. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video about rare coins, valuable finds, and everything in between. And let me know in the comments, have you checked your dimes lately? Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Today, we're diving deep into the world of modern US coinage to explore one of the most overlooked but surprisingly valuable coins you may already have in your pocket change, the 2013 Roosevelt dime. That's right, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, but in some rare cases, it can fetch up to $1,200 or more on the open market. Stay tuned, because this episode is packed with value. We'll cover the history of the Roosevelt dime, break down the 2013 Denver Mint strike, analyze what makes some of these dimes extremely valuable, and even look at recent auction results and current market trends. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to grade these dimes, and how to potentially turn pocket change into a small fortune. Let's get started. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His image replaced the Mercury dime, and the new design became a symbol of his legacy and his fight against polio. The coin was designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time, made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. Modern dimes, including those minted in 2013, have a reeded edge, weigh 2.27 grams, and measure 17.91 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, we see the profile of President Roosevelt, and on the reverse, the torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. But not all dimes are created equal. Especially when we talk about error coins, rare varieties, or coins in top mint state condition. The 2013 Roosevelt dime was struck at the Denver Mint, and millions of these coins entered circulation. So, what makes some of these dimes so valuable? Let's break it down. While the base coin is common, collectors and grading services like PCGS and NGC have reported that some 2013 Roosevelt dimes, especially those with error characteristics or in exceptionally high grades, are worth serious money. We're talking coins with full bands, FB, designation, mint errors such as off-center strikes, die clashes, double dies, and struck through grease errors. Coins graded MS68 or higher, especially with the full bands designation, coins with strong luster and clean fields free from contact marks. When these rare factors are present, the value skyrockets. Let's talk about grading and the full bands designation. For a Roosevelt dime to receive the full bands label, the horizontal bands on the torch on the reverse side must be completely separated with full definition. This shows the coin was struck with fresh, well-aligned dies and has excellent detail. Coins that reach mint state 68 or 69 with full bands are considered among the finest known for that year and mint. These coins are extremely scarce and often command premium prices. For example, 2013 D Roosevelt dime graded MS-68 with full bands has sold for as much as $1,200 at auction. That's 12,000 times its face value. Now let's look at real numbers. According to recent auction listings, a 2013 D Roosevelt dime MS-68 FB sold for approximately $1,200. A standard MS-67 FB has seen values between $75 to $150. Errors like a double die reverse or an off-center strike can sell for anywhere between $50 to $500, depending on severity and eye appeal. But remember, these high prices depend heavily on condition and certification. If you think you have a valuable coin, it's crucial to get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC.so. How can you spot a valuable 2013 D dime? Here are some tips. Check the torch for full bands. You'll need a magnifying glass or loupe to inspect the reverse side. Look for sharp detail and strong luster. The coin should appear fresh, with no dull spots or scratches. Search for errors, off-center strikes, misaligned dies, die chips, and double die obverse or reverse can all increase value. Consider the color and tone. Some collectors pay premiums for beautifully toned coins with rainbow hues. Submit to grading. If you believe you've found a pristine example, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and encapsulation. Coins like the 2013 D Roosevelt dime remind us that treasure doesn't always come in gold and silver. Sometimes, the most valuable items are hiding in plain sight, like a 10-cent piece sitting in your change jar. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, checking your pocket change for these hidden gems can be both fun and profitable. With attention to detail, patience, and a bit of luck, you could turn an ordinary coin into a four-figure payday. So, next time you come across a 2013 D Roosevelt dime, don't just toss it aside. Look closely. You might be holding a small piece of modern numismatic history worth hundreds, or even over $1,200. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on future episodes about rare coins, currency secrets, and money-making finds. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a valuable Roosevelt dime or any cool era coins. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, and may your next find be your biggest yet. Today, we're diving into a dime, but not just any dime. We're talking about the 1996 P Roosevelt dime. Yes, that small silver-colored coin that most of us overlook could actually be worth up to $1,200 or even more, if you know what to look for. So buckle up, coin collectors and treasure hunters, because this episode will uncover everything you need to know about one of the most unexpectedly valuable coins in modern US coinage. From mint eras to historical context, to the current market value, this is your deep dive into the world of the 1996 P Roosevelt dime, and how it could make you a lot of money. Let's start with a little history. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, shortly after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. His face replaced the image of Lady Liberty on the dime in recognition of his leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, and his support of the March of Dimes, which helped fight polio. The Roosevelt dime has remained a staple in American coinage ever since. But while most dimes are only worth face value, every now and then, a few rare variations slip through the mint, and those are worth serious money. Now let's fast forward to 1996. It marked the 50th anniversary of the Roosevelt dime. That year, the United States Mint issued coins from 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and West Point. The 1996 W dime, released only in special mint sets, often gets the spotlight because of its low mintage. Only 1.45 million were made, but here's where it gets interesting. While the 1996 W was meant to be collectible, it's the 1996 P dime, minted in Philadelphia and released into general circulation, that has turned heads in recent years, not because of rarity in mintage numbers, but because of rare errors and unusual characteristics that can drive prices up to over $1,200. So what makes some 1996 P Roosevelt dimes worth hundreds or thousands of dollars? Let's talk about the main types of mint errors and varieties that collectors go crazy for. Double die obverse. Some 1996 P dimes feature a noticeable doubling on the obverse, that's the front of the coin, where Roosevelt's portrait appears. Look closely at the phrase "In God We Trust," the date, or the Liberty inscription. If you spot any clear doubling, even slight, you may have a double die obverse, and that can skyrocket the value. Off-center strikes. If the dime was not properly centered when struck, part of the design may appear off to the side or even partially missing. Off-center errors can range from mild to dramatic. The more dramatic, the more valuable. Broad strikes and missing ridges. A broad strike occurs when a coin is struck without a proper collar, causing it to spread out and appear wider than normal, often without the traditional ridged edge. Collectors prize these unusual specimens, especially when they are from a common year like 1996. Wrong planchet errors. In extremely rare cases, a dime may have been struck on a blank intended for another coin, like a penny or foreign coin. These wrong planchet errors are ultra rare and can fetch over $1,000 easily. High-grade condition. Even without errors, perfect mint state or proof like 1996 P dime graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC can bring in hundreds of dollars, particularly if it has full torch lines on the reverse, referred to as full bands or full torch. Before you dismiss those dimes sitting in your coin jar or under your car seat, here's what you need to do. Look for the P mint mark, right above the date. Check for sharpness and detail on the torch. Full bands mean a stronger strike. Use a magnifying glass to inspect In God We Trust and Liberty for any doubling. Examine the edges. Do you see reeded edges, or is the edge smooth and wide? Measure the weight. A standard dime should weigh 2.268 grams. Anything significantly off could suggest a planchet error. If you spot anything unusual, consider getting the coin graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin dramatically increases trust and value in the collector's market. Let's talk real numbers. A regular 1996 P Roosevelt dime in circulated condition is only worth 10 cents. But a high-grade MS68 full torch 1996 P dime has sold for between $300 and $500 at auction. Certain off-center strike errors have reached $700 to $900. And yes, examples with clear double dies or wrong planchet errors have sold for $1,000 to $1,200, depending on eye appeal and condition. The demand for Roosevelt dime errors has been rising steadily as more collectors focus on modern coinage. So now is a great time to search your change, your coin rolls, and even those forgotten old piggy banks. Here's the bottom line. The 1996 P Roosevelt dime may look ordinary, but hidden among the millions are a few spectacular mistakes and top-grade examples that could be worth a small fortune. Always keep an eye out for sharp detail, strange edges, misalignments, or doubling in the text. And remember, even common coins can have uncommon value. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another episode on rare coins and valuable money hiding in plain sight. Got a 1996 dime you're curious about? Drop a comment below, and let's take a look together. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next pocket find be a jackpot.